Hey, what's up, New York? Welcome to this overseas episode of What's Up, New York. Now, this week, we're going to do something new, something special just for you, our What's Up, New York viewers. We're going to be bringing you live coverage of the 31st annual Caricom conference that's being held this year in Jamaica. Now, Caricom boasts about 15 member nations, and each year, they gather at different spots on the globe to plan and plot the direction of their individual island nations to improve life for its citizens. So this year should be no different. But what we decided to do was send our roving reporter, Lydia Patel, to Jamaica to cover the 31st annual Caricom conference held in Montego Bay, Jamaica. So without further ado, we're going to take you to Lydia Patel at the beautiful Rose Hall in Montego Bay, Jamaica. Now, Lydia, how things going where you're at?
Hey, what's up, HDiggy? Yes, we are live on location. We're actually here for the 31st annual Caricom Heads of State. And as you can see, it's currently going on inside. We're going to have all the participants giving us the exclusive interviews and the footage in just a few. This year on the agenda is the restructuring of Haiti, climate change, as well as crime and violence across the region, and how we could eradicate these problems. Some of the prime ministers that are being focused on in particular are, of course, the newly elected Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Ms. Kamala Prasad-Bissessar, Prime Minister Bruce Golding of Jamaica, President of Guyana, Brat Jagdeo, and, of course, Haiti's Prime Minister, René Préval.
Hey, Lydia, I see some action going on in the background. Can you let me and our viewers know what's going on?
There's so much going on around me right now. As you can see, if you look around, we got security, you've got the ministers, you've got their entourages, we've got the beautiful staff from the Half Moon Hotel who are all here to make sure that the conference goes on for the next 4 days safely.
Now, Lydia, this is something that you and I discussed on the phone. Now, people say that these conferences are full of talk and absolutely no action. Now, do you think this year's conference will be any different?
Hopefully, we're actually trying to probe a little more, ask the most pertinent questions that will be interesting for our What's Up family and the diaspora here. So, yes, we're trying to get those answers out the best that we can.
All right, thanks a lot, Lyd. Folks, that's Lydia Patel coming to us live from the 31st annual meeting of Caricom Nations in Montego Bay, Jamaica. Well, we got a lot more big interviews coming up, so stay focused, man. Whatever you got to do, make sure you do it right where you're at right now. But in the meantime, we got our weekly news, our entertainment news, and our community calendar right after these brief words from our commercial sponsors. Stay where you are. Don't move. Be back in a bit.
Rainbow Car and Minivan Taxi Service. Fast, reliable, and convenient service.
For all your transportation needs.
Call 718-498-4444. Call 718-498-4444.
Welcome back, New York. If you're just joining us, welcome. We are currently bringing you a live feed from the 31st annual Caricom Conference, Head of Nation Conference to be held in Montego Bay, Jamaica. Now, Lydia Patel is live on the scene at the fabulous Rose Hall in Montego Bay, which is the site of the conference. So without further ado, let's return live to Lydia Patel. Lydia.
This is Lydia Patel from What's Up, New York, reporting for CIN, where we're covering the 31st annual meeting of the Caricom Heads of State live here in Jamaica at the Hilton Hotel in Montego Bay. Today is the second day of the conference, where the topic that was mainly discussed was the restructuring of Haiti. We also did some exclusive interviews with the various heads of government. Let's have a look. What can you tell the people living abroad about what's going on here?
No, we had disturbances towards the end of May. But the security forces are on top of the situation. We have not only restored normalcy to those areas that were volatile, but perhaps for the first time in decades, the criminal underworld is now shaken, it's now frightened, it's on the run. And the security forces are directed by the government to sustain that pressure, to bring to justice as many of those persons who have been committing crimes and who have eluded the police before. They're going to have to keep this up until we get this job done. It's an important job.
And in regards to about the state of emergency, you've extended it. The opposition was against it. Why is it that both parties can't come to an agreement regarding this?
I don't know. It wasn't our decision. I mean, it was our decision to extend it, but it wasn't. It was something that was requested and recommended by the security forces. We considered the arguments that they presented and we accepted that. We have extended the corporate area for another month and we have imposed it on St. Catherine. When we are approaching the end of that period, we will have to hear from the security forces again to do an evaluation. I hope we don't have to continue it for too long because we can't rely on emergency powers for normal law enforcement and for crime fighting.
Parce que pour la saison pluviale, on a décidé d'avoir des maisons préfabriquées, n'est-ce pas?
Parce que remplacer 300 000 maisons, ça va coûter beaucoup. Et aujourd'hui, les gens sont sous les tentes et il vaut mieux qu'ils soient dans des maisons préfabriquées que sous les tentes en attendant les maisons plus stables.
Bon, et les Haïtiens sont encore à New York, parce qu'il y a une grosse communauté d'Haïti qui sont toujours à New York et ont fait beaucoup de contributions financières. Puis maintenant, ils vont faire une contribution plus pour les décisions. Est-ce qu'ils vont être inclus dans ces décisions dans l'avenir?
D'abord, les Haïtiens qui ont fait des contributions financières, je les remercie beaucoup. Mais ils doivent savoir que ces contributions financières ne sont pas dans les mains de l'État haïtien, mais dans les mains des ONG, telles que la Croix-Rouge, etc. Haïti a reçu comme contribution financière, l'État haïtien, 50 millions de dollars. Et j'ai lu dans les journaux que les ONG et les institutions d'aide ont reçu presque 950 millions de dollars. Tu dois comparer 50 millions de dollars et 950 millions de dollars. Donc ce n'est pas Haïti, l'État haïtien, qui gère l'aide apportée par tout le monde. Ça a été une aide totalement généreuse. Mais malheureusement, ce n'est pas l'État haïtien. Non, ce n'est pas l'État haïtien qui gère. Les gens ont l'impression que tout l'argent est entre les mains de l'État haïtien. L'argent n'est pas entre les mains de l'État haïtien, mais entre les mains des ONG.
President Jack Day of Guyana. So President Jack Day, this morning they had the first half of the meetings. Tell us really what has been mentioned and if you think this is really going to be implemented so far.
Yeah, well, the entire morning was spent in consultations with the United Nations Secretary General and the Secretary General of the Organization of American States. And we recognize that they're limited by what they can do and what they can do. But they are very important voices in the global situation. So we were hoping that we can promote a better understanding in their institutions of our concerns, and if their institutions have a better understanding of our concerns and our proposed solutions, maybe they can become allies to advocate our cause. So we spent quite a bit of time speaking about our views on Haiti, on the environment, on the global financial system, which are critical for us. So that is what we did this morning.
For the first half now, this is the 31st year. They've had 31 of these conferences, but let's keep it realistic. Not much has really ever come out of these. Do you see any change that might potentially arise?
No, but that's not true because there are many things that we have succeeded in. I think the Caribbean is respected in any multilateral institution, and anywhere you go in the world where people gather, leaders gather, because of the force of our advocacy and because we speak as a collective. So 15 countries speaking together pack a huge punch, way above our weight were we to speak as individual countries. In the reform of the multilateral financial institutions, in the reform of the UN, you see the same thing. Then within the region itself, look at the Caribbean Council for Examinations. That's a regional success. The University of the West Indies is a regional success. If you go down the list, you would see many, many things. We have a functional trade arrangement. So there are quite a few things that we have succeeded in, but we have to constantly reassess whether we are rising to the challenge of the present day. And sometimes we have a tendency to focus on small things, occupy our time with a lot of small issues, when we need to look at the transformational issues.
All right, so as you can see, we're here with Kamal Prasad Bisasar, who's the newly elected Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. First of all, you're in Jamaica for the 31st annual Caricom. How does it feel to finally be here as the Prime Minister for the first time?
Well, what's up? Let me say to the Trinis in New York, what's up? We're doing great here. We've had some very interesting discussions on the way forward, not just for Trinidad and Tobago, but certainly for the Caricom region. We are very, very much interdependent, interlinked. If it is that one nation falls, then we will all be impacted upon. I know they say in the U.S., they say when the U.S. sneezes, Trinidad catches a
We
cold.
catch the cold,
Right.
yes.
Well, it's the same for the Caricom region here. If one island has the cold, then we are like 5 steps down from them, because trading links, we are so dependent on each other. Markets, Trinidad and Tobago markets, very much in the Caricom region that we need and depend upon, and of course they depend on the assistance we can give. So we are strongly linked, and I think we're all committed to this integration movement, but it seems to be moving nowhere fast. It's just not getting anywhere fast enough.
Fast enough. Now, you talked about the old style of politics, and even just now in the press conference, you were saying the old methods are not going to get you anywhere. You have to implement something new. So what in your mandate are you planning new? Let everybody know about that.
Well, it would be difficult to give you one specific thing. And I believe that we need to look at the governance structure. At the moment, the governance structure for the CARICOM, you have the Council of Heads, you have the Council of Ministers, and you have committees down below, the technical committees and so on. We need to look at that. They meet what for the year. You have this meeting of the heads. You have another one in between. What happens? What is the follow-up? What is the implementation? Monitoring. What are the monitoring mechanisms? And even the SG, Mr. Carrington speaks about that. You know, it's in between these sessions. What happens? What is the follow-up? It may well be that they do not have enough personnel for implementing the decisions. So we meet as heads, we take decisions, and then what happens? We come back and say, oh my God, we decided that last time, what's happening? And it's nowhere going fast. So I think the structure needs to be reviewed. The implementation and monitoring mechanisms need to be reviewed. Those 3 areas I would put forward for discussion.
That wraps up our CARICOM special here from Montego Bay, Jamaica. We had a fabulous time getting all the exclusive coverage from the various heads of state that were present on the island for the 31st annual CARICOM conference. Now, the money spent on the conference couldn't have been better put to use for the people of Jamaica and throughout the Caribbean, as opposed to spent on the luxurious cars, the fancy hotels, and the after parties. Only time will tell. This is Lydia Patel from What's Up New York, reporting live from Montego Bay, Jamaica. H. Diggy, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Lydia. Excellent coverage. Man, you seem to be having too much fun out there, man. And the weather, I can't mention the weather. The weather looks so beautiful out there. I mean, over here we're enjoying 97-degree weather, but, you know, I don't think it's as nice as Jamaica. As a matter of fact, the breeze seems to be blowing. Can you tell us exactly where you're at right now?
I'm actually in Montego Bay, Jamaica at the beautiful Iberostar Resort and Spa. Now, as you can see, if you look around you, there's a beautiful palm trees, there's the pool, there's endless sand, endless beach here, and it's just fantastic. The weather is beautiful.
Now, Lydia, you mentioned that the politicians were being chauffeur-driven in these luxurious cars, these expensive automobiles. Now, do you think, is it your opinion, that these heads of nations were being pampered a little bit excessively?
It was extremely extravagant, H. Diggy. You saw beamers, police cars, security for ends, and yes, it was very extravagant, as well as the after parties too.
Thanks once again, Lydia, for your on-spot interview, your independent reporting, your new and bright perspective. Right now, can't wait to see you in New York. Enjoy your flight back and get here safely.
I will. Thank you, H. Diggy.
Can't wait to see you in New York. Have a safe trip back. Well, for you folks here, we brought you Proval. We brought you our Jamaican Prime Minister, Bruce Golden. We brought you the President of Guyana. We brought you the new female leader, President of Trinidad and Tobago. Is the Prime Minister or President? I'm not quite sure, but we brought you the new leader of Trinidad and Tobago. Only here on What's Up New York. So, folks, you know, I hope you enjoy. Spread the word. What's Up New York is at 1:30 instead of 7:30. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Once again, folks, if you want to continue the conversation, you can hit us up at facebook.com/What's What's Up New York. That's What's Up with a Z. WHATZUPNY. And continue the conversation. Or you can log on to me weekdays from 10 to 2 p.m. at OneCaribbeanRadio.com. You know what I mean? And we can talk about whatever. So until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Love your neighbor so you can love yourself. Because that's What's Up, people. Right now, I'm about to get online and get to chatting. Hit me up on your Facebook page. Let me see what you got to say right now, people. Later.